Let us get an overview of different types of function parameters and arguments supported by Python. Parameter is variable in the declaration of function. Argument is the actual value of this variable that get passed to function. If you look at this, these two are parameters and these are specified while defining the function, and these are arguments and these are passed while invoking the function get invalid phone count, which is defined here. That being said, however, in some cases these two terms are used interchangeably. In Python, parameters can be objects or even functions. We can pass named functions or lambda functions as arguments. We will talk about these special functions which take other functions as arguments at a later point in time. For now, let's focus on the basics of regular functions without functions as parameters or arguments. Here are different types of parameters or arguments. Parameters with default values. This is how it will look like if you talk about parameters with default values. Commission percentage is set to 10 by default. If the argument is not passed while get commission amount is invoked, then 10 will be used as part of the function body. Then comes varying arguments. We typically have star before it, then keyword arguments and varying keyword arguments. We will talk about these things at a later point in time. We can pass arguments to a function by parameter position or name. If you use name, you can pass arguments in any order. The order of the parameters while defining the function and the order of arguments while invoking the function will not matter if you are passing arguments by name. You can only specify parameters with default values after mandatory parameters. This one will syntactically fail. Get commission amount with parameter with default value, then parameter with non-default value will fail. Let's run this. And you can see that it is failing, saying that non-default argument follows default argument. Even though here we are actually defining the function, still it is treating it as argument. That's why I said the terms parameters and arguments are used interchangeably. Let us perform a few tasks to understand more about arguments with and without default values, or parameters with and without default values, or both. Let me fix this. Checking whether phone numbers of a given employee are valid, we will be developing a function called as get invalid phone count. Function should take two arguments, employee ID and phone numbers as list. Check whether each phone number have 10 digits. Return employee ID and number of phone numbers with less than 10 digits, which means the invalid phone count. Also, we'll be developing a function to get commission amount by passing sales amount and commission percentage. However, if the commission percentage is not passed from the caller when the function is invoked, then the default percentage should be 10, which means while defining the function, we have to specify the parameter with the default value 10 with respect to commission percentage. This is the first function which will get us invalid phone count. The function expects two arguments, employee ID and phone numbers. We don't need to specify the data type. If you want, you can specify the data type as well. However, it is just informational. Now I am passing the two arguments for these two parameters. The first one is 1 for employee ID. Second one is list in square brackets, which contain two elements. And it will iterate through this list and it will just increment the invalid count if the length of phone number is not equal to 10. So in this case, we have one phone which is only 4 characters or 4 digits, and hence it should return 1. And you can print that here. Employee 1 have 1 invalid phones. As I have emphasized earlier, if you have parameters with default values, they should come after the mandatory parameters such as commission percentage, or non-default parameters such as commission percentage. And you can see it again, it will fail. Syntactically, it is not correct. This is how you should be defining the function with the sales amount and commission percentage as parameters. In this case, as the problem statement says, we are setting 10 as default value for commission percentage. If commission percentage is not none and commission percentage is greater than 100, we are saying invalid commission percentage greater than 100. Let us run this. Otherwise, it will just multiply the commission percentage with sales amount and then divide by 100 and it will return. If the commission percentage is not passed, it will use 10. If the commission percentage is passed as none, it will just set to 0. The commission amount will be 0. Now I am passing by position. I am passing the sales amount and the percentage as 5. It should return 50, and you can see here. Now I am passing only with sales amount without commission percentage, and it will take 10 as default value, and you should be able to see 100. As I am passing none, it will just return 0 as commission amount. Only if commission percentage is passed, we are actually multiplying with the sales amount and then dividing by 100. And that's why this will actually return 0. However, it doesn't make sense to have commission percentage more than 100%, and hence if commission percentage is greater than 100, we are just saying invalid commission percentage, it is greater than 100, and that is what will happen if we actually try to invoke the function like this, invalid commission percentage greater than 100. Here is the example for the arguments by name. In this case, when you specify all the arguments by name, you can pass these arguments in any order. You can run this with the commission percentage first and then sales amount next. And you can see that 18% of $1,500 is nothing but $270. This is how you should be able to start with the function parameters and arguments. It is very, very important for you to get full control on these things so that you can define functions with confidence, and also you should be able to leverage the functions which are available out of the box with Python core libraries or third-party libraries.